the night of blood. The night was cold and silent. Aaron walked alone along the broken street, his boots hitting stone again and again. The town was poor. Buildings leaned like tired men. Lights were few. Hope was less. Aaron was only a guard, not a soldier, not a hero, just a man with a short blade and a thin coat. Above him, clouds covered the stars. Somewhere far away, dragons ruled the skies. Everyone knew that. Dragons were power. Humans were nothing. That was how the world worked. Aaron stopped near a narrow alley. His hand tightened on his blade. Something felt wrong. The air smelled sharp, like blood and fear. Then he heard it. A sound. Not human. A soft cry. Weak. Shaking. Aaron turned slowly and stepped into the alley. The light was low, but he saw enough. 5 men stood in a circle. Their clothes were dark. Their faces were hard. Each held a blade. In the center of them was a small shape. A dragon child. Its wings were torn. Blood ran along the stone. Its small body shook as it tried to crawl away. One man laughed. "Easy money," he said. "Dragon blood sells high." Another replied. Aaron's breath caught. Everyone knew the rule. Never help a dragon. Never touch a dragon. Never protect a dragon. Dragons burned cities. Dragons crushed armies. Dragons did not care about humans. Helping one meant death. Aaron should have walked away. His legs told him to run. But the dragon child looked at him. Its eyes were wide, golden, full of fear. It opened its mouth, tried to breathe fire. Nothing came out, only smoke. The men raised their blades. Aaron stepped forward. "Stop," he said. The men turned, surprised. One smiled. "Move, guard. This is not your fight." Aaron's heart beat hard. His hands shook. "That's a child," Aaron said. "Leave it." The men laughed. "A dragon is never a child," one said. "It's a beast." They moved closer to the small dragon. Aaron moved faster. He stood in front of the dragon child. The alley went silent. The men stared at him. "You're dead," one said. Aaron knew that, but he did not move. The first blade struck. Pain exploded in his side. Aaron gasped but stayed standing. The second blade hit his shoulder. The third cut deep into his back. The dragon child screamed. Aaron fell to one knee. Still, he did not move away. The fourth blade stabbed into his chest. His vision blurred. Blood soaked his coat. The fifth blade came last. Straight through his stomach. Everything went cold. Aaron collapsed forward, his body covering the dragon child. The men cursed. "This idiot chose death," one said. They turned to leave. But then the ground shook. A deep sound rolled through the night. Not thunder. A roar. The men froze. The air burned hot. Wind blasted through the alley. Stones cracked. From the sky came fire. Blue fire. The alley exploded in light. The men screamed. Aaron did not hear them. He was dying. His blood pooled under him. His breath came slow and weak. The dragon child pressed close to him, crying softly. Aaron smiled just a little. "It's okay," he whispered. "You're safe." The roar came again, closer. The sky broke open. A massive shadow fell over the alley. Aaron felt heat like the sun. He tried to look up. His eyes barely opened. Above him was something vast, something ancient. Eyes like burning stars. A dragon so large the buildings looked small beside it. Aaron's heart slowed. He was not afraid. His last thought was simple. At least the child lived. The world faded. Darkness closed in. But somewhere far away, voices rose. Deep voices. Powerful voices. And for the first time in history, the Dragon Kingdom noticed a human. He should have been dead. Darkness surrounded Aaron. There was no pain, no sound, no fear, only silence. Then, boom, a deep heartbeat echoed through the dark. Aaron's fingers twitched. Warmth spread through his body, like fire moving under his skin. His chest rose sharply as he pulled in a breath, strong, deep, alive. Aaron opened his eyes. Golden light blinded him. He tried to move, but his body felt heavy. Not weak, heavy like stone filled with power. Slowly, his vision cleared. He was lying on a floor made of smooth gold and black stone. Strange symbols glowed under him, moving like living fire. Aaron sat up. His coat was gone. His wounds were gone. No blood. No scars. He touched his chest where the blade had gone through. Nothing. I died, Aaron whispered. A voice answered him. You did. Aaron froze. He turned slowly. The hall was massive. Pillars as tall as towers rose around him. Fire flowed along the walls like rivers. The ceiling was open, showing a sky filled with glowing stars, even though it felt like daytime. And they were there, all around him. Dragons. Not small ones. Not young ones. Ancient ones. Their scales were black, silver, red, and blue. Some were scarred. Some wore armor made of crystal and bone. Their eyes watched Aaron like judges. At the center stood 5 dragons, larger than the rest. They were different. Their presence crushed the air itself. The greatest guardians of the Dragon Kingdom. Aaron's body reacted before his mind did. He dropped to one knee. I don't know why I'm here, he said. If this is death, then do what you must. The dragons were silent. Then one stepped forward. Its voice shook the hall. You stood between steel and royal blood. Aaron looked up slowly. Behind the guardians, the dragon child stepped forward. Its wings were healed. Its eyes were bright. Strong. Alive. Aaron felt his throat tighten. You lived, Aaron said softly. The child nodded. You should not exist, another guardian said. 5 blades pierced your body. Your heart stopped. A pause. And yet, you breathe. Aaron swallowed. Then why do I feel like something is wrong? He asked. The first guardian lowered its massive head. Because you were reborn in dragonfire. The words hit like thunder. Aaron felt it then. Heat inside his veins. Power. Not burning. Not hurting. Waiting. The fire that healed you is not meant for humans, the guardian continued. It changes all it touches. The other dragons murmured. Some looked angry. Some looked afraid. One stepped forward sharply. This is dangerous, it growled. Humans are fragile. They break. Giving one dragon fire could doom us all. The child stepped between them. He did not fear death, the child said. He chose pain. Silence fell. That mattered. In dragon law, sacrifice was sacred. Aaron stood slowly. I did not save him for reward, he said. I did not even know who he was. The guardians studied him. You saved him because he was weak, one said. And you were stronger. Aaron shook his head. No, he replied. I was weaker. I was just not willing to run. The hall went quiet again. Something changed. The symbols under Aaron's feet flared bright. A sharp pain hit his chest. Aaron cried out and fell to his knees. Fire erupted from his back, pure, blue flame. The dragons pulled back. The guardians did not. They watched closely. Aaron screamed as memories not his own flashed to his mind. Ancient wars, burning skies, fallen kingdoms. Then silence. The fire vanished. Aaron collapsed forward, breathing hard. When he looked at his hands, glowing lines traced his skin like marks of power. The lead guardian spoke slowly. The bond is complete. Another guardian growled, uneasy. What have we created? The lead guardian answered with heavy truth. Something the world has never seen. Aaron looked up, fear finally reaching his eyes. What happens to me now? The dragon child stepped closer. Now, it said, you belong to the Dragon Kingdom. Far away, beyond the mountains, beyond the skies. Something ancient stirred, and somewhere in the human lands, people would soon learn the truth. The human who took 5 blades did not die. He awakened. The price of a human life. Aaron stood in the great hall of the Dragon Kingdom. The fire under his skin had gone quiet, but it was still there, waiting, watching. The guardians circled him slowly. Each step of their claws echoed like thunder. Not all of them were pleased. One guardian with black scales and burning red eyes stepped forward. Scars covered its neck, marks of old wars. A human carrying dragon fire is an insult, it growled. You are weak by nature. The air grew heavy. Aaron did not speak. He could feel the pressure pushing down on his chest, try to force him to kneel. He did not. That alone shocked them. 5 blades did not break you, the guardian said. Let's see if fear will. With a single claw, the dragon struck the floor. The world changed. The golden hall vanished. Aaron was standing in the middle of a burning field. Screams filled the air. Human soldiers ran past him, dying. Fire rained from the sky. Dragons circled above, tearing the land apart. It was a vision, a memory. "This is your kind's history," the guardian's voice echoed. "You burn. You fall. You beg." A dragon swooped down and breathed fire at Aaron. Instinct moved him. Aaron raised his arms. Blue light burst from his skin. The fire split around him, missing his body. The illusion shattered. Aaron was back in the hall, breathing hard. The guardians were silent. The black-scale guardian's eyes narrowed. "You resisted." Aaron clenched his fists. "That was your fire," he said. "Not mine." Another guardian spoke, voice calm but sharp. "Dragon law demands balance," it said. "A life saved by blood must be tested by blood." The dragon child stiffened. "You cannot mean—" "I do," the guardian replied. "The trial of worth." A murmur spread through the hall. Aaron looked at the child. "I don't want you hurt," Aaron said. The child shook its head. "This trial is not for me," it said. "It is for you." The floor split open. From the darkness below, something rose. Chains wrapped around a massive shape. Eyes opened. Old, hungry, hateful. A beast older than kingdoms. A dragon that had once tried to destroy the dragon kingdom itself. "This is the fallen one," the guardian said. "It feeds on fear." Aaron felt his legs shake. Not from fear, from a power inside him reacting. "You will face it alone," the guardian continued. "No weapon, no armor. If you die, balance is restored." Aaron swallowed. "And if I live?" The guardians did not answer. The chains broke. The beast roared. The sound hit Aaron like a wall. Pain exploded in his head. His knees buckled. The fallen one charged. Aaron ran forward. Not away. The dragons watching went still. At the last moment, Aaron stopped. He remembered the alley, the blades, the child's eyes. He spread his arms. "I'm still not running," he whispered. The beast struck him. Dark fire slammed into his chest. Aaron screamed as pain tore through him. The marks on his skin burned bright. Then something changed. The fire did not consume him. It bent. The blue flame answered his will. Aaron stepped forward through the fire. The fallen one hesitated. For the first time in centuries, it felt doubt. Aaron reached out and placed his hand on its head. "Enough," he said. The beast froze. Its roar died into a low sound, almost a breath. Then it bowed. The hall shook. The guardians stepped back in shock. It obeyed him, one whispered. The black-scale guardian stared at Aaron. "Impossible." Aaron collapsed to his knees, exhausted. The child ran to him. "You didn't fight it," the child said. "You faced it." The lead guardian lowered its head. "Dragon fire answers courage," it said, "not strength." The guardian turned to the others. "The trial is complete." A heavy silence followed. Then the guardian spoke words that would echo through history. "From this moment, the Dragon Kingdom recognizes a human as guardian bound." Far away, beyond the Dragon Kingdom, ancient beings opened their eyes. Human kings would soon hear whispers, and the world would begin to fear what had once ignored. When dragons began to fear, the hall did not celebrate. There was no roar of pride, no sound of victory, only silence. The guardians stood still, staring at Aaron like he was no longer human. The black-scale guardian broke the quiet. "This changes nothing," it growled. "A human does not belong among us." Another guardian answered calmly. "The trial is complete. Dragon law is clear." The black guardian's eyes burned. "Then dragon law is wrong." A low rumble spread through the hall. Dragons gathered outside the chamber. Hundreds of eyes watched Aaron, some with respect, many with fear. Fear was new. The lead guardian turned to Aaron. "You have earned protection," it said. "But protection is not peace." Aaron nodded slowly. "I never asked for peace," he replied. "Only fairness." That word echoed. Fairness. Dragons had ruled by strength for ages. Fairness was a human idea. Far above the hall, wings beat the air. A massive dragon descended, scales white as bone, eyes cold and sharp. An elder lord. Every dragon bowed, except Aaron. The elder lord's gaze locked onto him. "So," it said, "this is the human." Aaron felt pressure crash down on him. Stone cracked under his feet. Still he stood. The elder lord smiled slightly. "You carry dragon fire," it said. "That makes you dangerous." I carry choice, Aaron answered. That makes me human. The Elder Lord's smile faded. You think courage makes you equal? It asked. No, Aaron said. I think fear makes tyrants. Gasps rippled through the hall. The Black Guardian laughed darkly. He insults us in our own kingdom. The Elder Lord raised a claw. Silence. It circled Aaron slowly. Humans multiply, the Elder Lord said. They grow bold. Give them hope, and they will rise. That scares you, Aaron replied. The Elder Lord stopped. Yes, it said. The truth landed heavy. Then the Elder Lord spoke words that froze the hall. Kill him. The dragon child cried out. The guardians tensed. Dragon Law screamed against the order. But Elder Lord stood above law. The Black Guardian moved first. Its fire gathered, dark and deadly. Aaron closed his eyes. Not in fear, in calm. He remembered the blades. The alley. The choice. Blue fire burst from his chest. The Black Guardian's flame vanished midair. The shockwave threw Dragon's back. The Elder Lord stepped away, stunned. You should not command dragon fire, it whispered. I don't command it, Aaron said. It answers. The lead guardian moved between Aaron and the Elder Lord. Enough, it said. If blood is spilled here, the kingdom fractures. The Elder Lord stared at Aaron one last time. This is not over, it warned. The world will choose between dragon rule or human rise. With a powerful beat of wings, it left. The hall exhaled. The guardians turned to Aaron. You have made enemies older than mountains, one said. Aaron looked at the dragon child. If standing saved one life, he said, it's worth it. The child smiled. Beyond the kingdom, far across the seas, human kings received reports. A human survived dragon fire. A human bent a fallen dragon. A human stood against an elder lord. Hope spread, and fear spread faster. Armies began to move. The age of silence was ending. And, for the first time, dragons were not the only ones watching the skies. When humanity heard the truth, the news did not arrive with fire. It arrived with whispers. Merchants spoke in low voices. Travelers told broken stories. Soldiers laughed until they stopped laughing. A human survived dragon fire. A human stood in the dragon kingdom. A human was called guardian bound. Across human lands, the same question was asked again and again. Is it true? In the kingdom of Ironfall, King Harvin crushed the report in his fist. Lies, he snapped. Dragons do not spare humans. But his general hesitated. The source is solid, my king, the general said. Multiple traders saw it. Harvin's face darkened. If humans gain dragon favor, he said slowly, we lose our place. In another land, the free cities rang with cheers. A human did not kneel. A human stood. For the first time in generations, people lifted their heads. Hope returned. But hope is dangerous. The dragon kingdom felt it. High above the clouds, elder lords gathered in secret. Their voices cracked like stone breaking. Humans will rise, one said. They always do, another replied. The black-scaled guardian stood alone, silent. They have found a symbol, the elder lord growled. And symbols Star Wars. A decision was made. Not peace. Control. Back in the dragon kingdom, Aaron stood on a balcony of stone, looking at the human world far below. Smoke rose from distant cities. He felt it in his chest. Something was wrong. The dragon child joined him. They are afraid, the child said. Both sides. I never wanted this, Aaron replied. No one who changes the world ever does, the child answered. A guardian approached. You must choose, it said. Remain here as dragon-bound, or return to humanity. Aaron turned sharply. If I stay, he asked, what happens to humans? The guardian was silent. That was answer enough. That night, horns sounded. A dragon messenger arrived wounded. Elder lords move, it gasped. Human border cities burn. Aaron's hands tightened. So they chose fear, he said. He stepped forward. I'm going back. The guardians stared. To the humans, one asked. They may fear you more than dragons. I know, Aaron said. But someone has to stand between them. The dragon child placed a claw on Aaron's arm. Then you will not go alone. As dawn rose, a single figure walked toward the edge of the dragon kingdom. No army, no crown, no banner, just a human. But far below, human scouts saw him, and they ran. "They're coming," they screamed. A dragon-touched man. Aaron raised his hands as soldiers surrounded him. "I didn't come to rule," he said loudly. "I came to stop the fire." Some lowered their weapons. Others did not. High above, dragons watched. The first arrow was fired, and with it, the world crossed the point of no return. The day the sky chose sides. The arrow flew fast. Aaron saw it. Time slowed. He could hear his own breath. The fear of the soldiers. The beating wings far above. The arrow would have killed him, but it never reached. Blue fire flashed. The arrow turned to ash in the air. Silence fell over the field. The soldiers froze. Some dropped their bows. Others stared at Aaron like he was a ghost. "I said I came to stop the fire," Aaron said. His voice was calm, but it carried. Not started. A captain stepped forward, shaking. "You stand with dragons," he said. "You bring death." Aaron shook his head. "I stand between," he answered. Above them, the sky darkened. Dragons appeared, not attacking, watching. Human horns sounded from the hills. Armies moved. Shields locked. Fear spread like fire through dry grass. This was how wars began. The dragon child landed beside Aaron, wings wide. Gasps rose. "A dragon," someone whispered. Aaron raised his hand. "Do not attack," he said. "If you strike first, you prove them right." The ground shook as an elder lord descended. The same one. White scales. Cold eyes. "This ends now," the elder lord declared. Hand over the human. Human generals panicked. Dragons roared in reply. Aaron stepped forward alone. "If you want me," he said, "then stop burning cities." The elder lord laughed. "You think one human can command us?" "No," Aaron said, "but I can remind you." The elder lord attacked. Fire fell like the end of the world. Aaron stood still. Blue flame exploded around him, rising into the sky like a pillar. Dragon fire met human will. The sky cracked. Shock waves knocked soldiers to the ground. The elder lord screamed, not in pain, but in shock. Aaron walked forward through the fire. "I took 5 blades for a child," he said. "I will take your fire for a world." The elder lord pulled back. Never in dragon history had one retreated from human. The battlefield went silent. Every eye watched. The elder lord spoke slowly. "This human is not prey." It turned and flew away. The dragons followed. The humans stared at Aaron. Some knelt. Others cried. The captain lowered his sword. "We were wrong," he whispered. Aaron looked at the burning horizon. "This is only the beginning," he said. Far away, darker powers stirred. Ancient enemies who hated both dragon and human felt the shift. War was paused, not ended, and the world now knew one truth. Humanity was no longer alone. The guardian humanity never had. The world did not return to peace. It held its breath. Cities rebuilt their walls. Dragons watched from the clouds. Armies stayed ready, weapons never far from hand. Everyone waited. For Aaron. He did not take a throne. He did not wear a crown. He walked from city to city, from border to border. Wherever fire rose, he stood in its path. Some humans called him a hero. Some called him a monster. Dragons called him something else. The balance bearer. But balance is heavy. One night, as Aaron rested near a ruined city, the ground shook. The dragon child, now larger, stronger, lifted its head. "They are coming," it said. From the darkness rose shadows older than dragon fire. The void eaters. Creatures born before kingdoms. They fed on war, fear, and hatred. They hated dragons for their fire. They hated humans for their will. They wanted the world empty. Dragons attacked first. They failed. Fire passed through the creatures like smoke. Human weapons broke. The world panicked. Aaron stepped forward alone. The void eater spoke, its voice like broken stone. "You do not belong," it said. "You are divided." Aaron smiled sadly. "I was divided," he replied. "Now I choose." The dragon child roared behind him. The guardians descended from the sky, but Aaron raised his hand. "This one is mine." The fire inside him burned brighter than ever before. Not dragon fire, human fire. Memory filled him. The alley, the blades, the choice. He walked into the darkness. The Void Eaters struck him again and again. Aaron did not fall. Blue light tore the sky open. The world watched as the fire shaped itself into wings of light. Not dragon wings, human wings. Aaron burned, not in pain, but purpose. With this fire, he said, voice echoing across the world, I stand for those who cannot. The void screamed as it broke apart. Silence followed. When the light faded, Aaron was gone. Only ash remained. The dragon child knelt. So did the guardians. Humans knelt too, not to a king, but to a choice. Years passed. Dragons no longer ruled by fear. Humans no longer bowed by default. And when children asked why the skies were shared, elders told them a story. About a man who took 5 blades. About a human who stood between fire and flesh. About the guardian humanity never had, but earned.